Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Legit Astrologer. My name is Rajat Kapoor. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the upcoming transit of Mars. Mars is moving out of the sign of Leo and entering in the sign of Virgo on 18th of August. And Mars is going to stay in the sign of Virgo till 3rd of October. And in case you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, share this video with your friends, and keep yourself up to date with all the upcoming transit videos and Vedic astrology videos that I'm going to make for you. And in case you wish to book a personalized consultation with me, you can check out the link to my website in the comment section and how you can reach out to me. This is an important transit for the month of August and September for us because the fiery planet Mars is now moving into the Earth sign of Virgo. From a nature perspective, Virgo is an inimical sign to Mars because Mars shares an inimical relationship with Mercury, who rules the sign of Virgo. However, Virgo being an earth sign favors Mars in a way that Mars is a planet which wants to stay on the ground, which wants to stay very much active. And this is the natural first and the 8th house lord, which is now entering in the natural 6th house of the zodiac sign, which is also creating a couple of important yogas. Firstly, this is causing a Dhimanta yoga in transit, where the natural 1st house lord is transiting in the natural 6th house, which is the yoga for intelligence, which is the yoga for learning and upskilling. This is the natural 1st house lord, which is the lord of self, your overall personality, immunity, vitality, our body, our souls, is now transiting in the natural 6th house, which is the house of daily routines. It is the house of competition. It is also the house of debts and diseases. 6th house plays a very important role in our lives, in our daily routines. And this is also one of the house where we see job or our daily work, what we do, how we sustain ourselves. And this is also the natural 8th house lord, since Mars also rules Scorpio, moving into 6th house, which is creating a Viparita yoga in transit, which means that this time period could bring in initial struggles, obstacles, challenging times. Circumstances would be such that would lead to your rise if you demonstrate resilience, if you demonstrate perseverance. Overall, not a very comfortable position or a transit for Mars, but Mars loves competition. Mars loves daily routines and tasks. It wants you to demonstrate your energy in these areas. On the other side, Mars does not really like diseases. It likes debts because Mars plays a very important role in terms of paying off the debts. One of the remedies in terms of supporting you to pay off your debts or loans is to read Rid Mangal Mochan Strota. Mars does not really like diseases because it represents vitality. It represents energy. The message of this transit is very clear: to put your focus and energy in daily tasks, daily routines, putting all your energy that you've got in your job for your success. And most importantly, work out every day, because this is how Mars gets its strength in your chart. And being the 8th house lord making a transit in the 6th house is to be prepared for unforeseen circumstances or events, to demonstrate your resilience there. This is really going to be a mental test. The time period could test your patience as well, but eventually in a Viparita yoga, you would rise if there are supporting circumstances in your chart. So let's look at the positive aspects of Mars in this transit and understand how we can make the most of it. I am also going to talk about how this transit is going to make an impact on all 12 ascendant signs or the moon signs. But let's also understand from an aspect point of view what's happening. Mars is going to make a 4th aspect on the sign of Sagittarius. Mars's 4th aspect is all about protection. The sign of Sagittarius is being protected during this transit. This sign represents dharma, religion, higher learning. So this is being protected. Mars is going to make a 7th aspect on the sign of Pisces, which is not a 100% aspect compared to the 4th aspect. And Mars is also going to make the 8th aspect on its own sign of Aries, which is again a 100% aspect. Mars's 8th aspect is all about where this protection is coming from. What is protecting dharma? What is protecting religion and higher learning? it is you, yourself, your overall strength, personality. So you need to play a very important role in protecting your own dharma and your own learning, taking blessings from your guru or your mentor during this time to support you. So let's keep that in mind. Another interesting fact is Mars, when placed in the sign of Virgo, has very good aspects, because either it is aspecting a friendly sign or it is aspecting its own sign. And 2 out of these 3 signs of Sagittarius, Pisces and Aries are fire signs, which are very auspicious when it comes to Mars's aspect. And Mars is making a 100% aspect on the sign of Sagittarius and Aries, which are both fire signs. Let's also understand from a nakshatra point of view how this is going to have an impact. So currently Mars is transiting in Uttara Phalguni nakshatra. It will continue to transit in Uttara Phalguni nakshatra till 3rd September. Uttara Phalguni is ruled by Sun. Mars and Sun shares a friendly relationship, so this is an auspicious nakshatra for Mars. During this time, wherever the sign of Aries is placed in your chart is going to demonstrate some sort of positive results, because this is where Sun gets exalted. From 3rd of September till 23rd of September, Mars is going to make a transit in Hasta Nakshatra. Hasta Nakshatra is ruled by Moon. Again, Mars and Moon share a friendly relationship, auspicious nakshatra. During this time, wherever the sign of Taurus is in your chart is going to demonstrate some sort of positive results, because this is where Moon gets exalted. And then 23rd September onwards, Mars is going to transit in Chitra Nakshatra. The ruler of Chitra Nakshatra is Mars itself. That is going to be quite an auspicious time, which is towards the last phase of this transit. And during this time, wherever the sign of Capricorn is in your chart is going to demonstrate some sort of positive results, because this is where Mars gets exalted. From a nakshatra point of view, this Mars transit is activating the 5th cycle. 5th cycle is all about education. 5th cycle is all about the future, your future planning, putting your resources into action. It is about children, it is about love, it is also about speculation of all kinds. It is a lot about creativity. From an activation point of view, this is quite a progressive cycle to look at future planning, prospects and growth. Let's understand who is going to have a maximum impact of this transit. If you're running a Mahadasha or Antardasha or Pratyatadasha where Mars is playing a role at present, you are likely to be impacted by this transit. If you have prominent planets in the sign of Virgo, in the sign of Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries, you are likely to be impacted by this transit. If in your Dasha, Antardasha, Pratyatadasha, Mercury is playing a role, who rules the sign of Virgo, or Sun is playing a role, Moon is playing a role, then you are likely to be impacted by this transit. So all in all, I believe it is going to have an impact on a lot of people. So let's understand how this transit is going to have an impact on different ascendant signs and the moon signs. You can relate it more from a physical point of view to your ascendant sign and from a mental point of view to your moon sign. Let's start with Aries ascendants. For Aries ascendants, Mars is an important planet because it is your Lagna Lord or the ascendant Lord, and it is also the 8th house Lord, the Lord of yourself, your overall personality, your body, and also the Lord of longevity, your transformation, sudden changes and ups and downs. Is making a transit in your 6th house of daily routines, competition, your job, debts and diseases. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 9th house, from the 4th aspect, 12th house and the 1st house, which is your ascendant itself. What is the message of this transit? From an aspect point of view, you are the one who would need to protect your own dharma and your higher learning. So you're going to play a very important role in that. You must understand it. Now, your Lagna Lord in the 6th house. The clear message is that you need to fix your daily routine. Put a lot of focus, your energy, enthusiasm and everything that you've got in prioritizing your daily tasks and daily routine. Carry a planner, work around a planner and try to plan things through the day and through the coming weeks. You are likely to develop more intelligence during this transit that could be favorable for you. If you are in a kind of work that involves counseling others, consulting others, coaching others, giving advice to people, You're likely to benefit quite a lot during this transit, and at the same time you're likely to help people, so make the most of it. Mars demands you to put your focus on your job, because during this time you have an edge over the competition, but at the same time it is 8th lord transiting 6th house, which is creating a Viparita yoga. That means there could be adverse situations, challenging situations. Stay patient, demonstrate resilience. You are going to eventually rise out of that situation and be successful at your workplace particularly. One of the remedy that you must do during this time is to declutter. Clean up your house and also declutter your office space or where you sit and work. Make sure it is clean, tidy and organized at all times. This will give you very good energies to use for your own success. During this transit, your first house, second house and 10th house are likely to demonstrate positive results, which is good for yourself, your wealth and family, and also with regards to your actions at work, which is likely to give you some sort of success at work. So you would play a very important role. Make sure you continuously learn, upskill yourself and make the most of this transit. Overall, it is a good transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Taurus ascendants. For Taurus ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 7th house and the 12th house. It is making a transit in your 5th house, the ruler of marriage, partnership, harmony, business partnership, all sorts of agreements, and also the ruler of your self-consciousness, your expenditure, your overall spiritual pursuits, is making a transit in the 5th house of love, 5th house of future, creativity, speculation. It's a very important house when it comes to progression. Mars plays a very important role for love, relationships and harmony for Taurus ascendants. So love is definitely on the cards. So could be finding a potential match or tying the knot. That means getting married. If your Dasha Antardasha is supportive during this time, there could be certain developments. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 8th house, 11th house and 12th house, which means that you need to take ownership of your own transformation. You will transform through a spiritual path and journey and through your own self-consciousness. That is something which you would need to develop during this time for your good transformation. And towards the end, it could be supportive for your own gains. This is causing a natural yoga in transit, which is indicating future success for your business or your partnership. So make sure that you make the most of it. There could be certain growth through new ideas that could be creative in nature. You need to have a creative mind. If not, this is one area that you need to constantly develop and work on during this time. Put your ideas into action if you're running a business or if you plan to start something new. This could be a potentially favorable time to begin your own startup journey and take a leap. There could also be favors from foreigners or people from foreign lands, or if you were to make a permanent settlement abroad, apply for a permanent residency, this time period could support you if your Dasha Antardasha is favorable, because the transit indicates you're likely to get support from people who are opposite to you during this time. As a remedy, what you need to do is two things: be loyal to your love interest and people who you like, and secondly, respect your juniors at work. Make sure you take good care of them and listen to them, most importantly. And all in all, stay grounded and humble at work. As a remedy, you can pray to Lord Hanuman, or you can read Hanuman Chalisa every day to give you strength and confidence during this time. In this transit, your 12th house, 1st house and 9th house are likely to demonstrate positive results, which means interest towards higher learning in order to develop your own personality, to become more strong and come out there in the open to face all the challenges graciously. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Gemini ascendants. For Gemini ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 6th house and the 11th house, and is making a transit in the 4th house, the lord of gains and also daily competition, daily routines, debts and diseases, expanding your network, your friends, is making a transit in the 4th house, which is the house of satisfaction, your comforts, your mother, homeland, where you feel most comfortable. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 7th house, 10th house and 11th house. That means your partner is going to play a very important role in terms of your gain and overall success. So make sure you listen to your partner, take their advice and take that into account in terms of your future planning. The key message of this transit is that your daily routines and environments does indicate a kind of gain, because Mars is also one of the Karaka for the 4th house. It is also known as Bhumi Karak, that is related to the 4th house itself. In case you are making some important decisions with regards to real estate, or you have an interest in terms of buying something in the near future, this could be a potentially favorable time to put certain plans in place that could support your decision in the near future. In this transit, Mars might also create some sort of discomfort with other people during this time, but then you need to stay resilient. You need to practice meditation or yoga or any forms of spirituality to stay mentally strong in order to face any such situation. If you develop this strength, there will be very minimal ill effect of this transit. For those who are looking forward to change their place or residence, this could again be a potentially favorable time, but you need to think through in terms of making certain decisions. Do not make decisions in a hurry. As a remedy, what you can do is declutter your things. Clean up your home either every day or at least 2 to 3 times in a week, depending on your time and comfort. During this transit, your 11th house, 12th house and 8th house are likely to deliver positive results, which means it is time for spiritual expansion. It is time for transformation that could help you in getting gains in the upcoming months, because your energies would channelize in an appropriate direction to help you achieve some of the goals that you like to set. Overall, it is a mixed transit, but the later part of the transit could be quite positive for you. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Cancer ascendants. For Cancer ascendants, Mars is an important planet. It is a Yoga Karaka planet because it rules your 5th house and your 10th house. And this Mars is making a transit in your 3rd house. Mars is considered the significator or the Karaka for the 3rd house, and it delivers very good results. The ruler of your future, your work, actions in the society, your creativity, children, making a transit in the house of change. 3rd house is also the house of growth because it is the first Upachaya house. It is the house of your siblings, communication, your efforts that you put in everything that you do. From here, Mars is aspecting your 6th house, 9th house and 10th house, which clearly means that daily tasks and competitive activities is going to get you success at your workplace. Eventually, you will be successful. In case your Dasha Antardasha is supportive, this could be quite a progressive time for Cancer ascendants. The key message is that change is inevitable, so is growth. If you change, you will grow. So it is all in your hands. You need to accept. The only thing that is needed at your work is to be more creative, to be more innovative. Start thinking out of the box. Think of as many ideas as you can. Jot them down and select the most appropriate idea. Discuss with your friends and your colleagues at work. That could be quite helpful during this time. You are going to put efforts, you are going to work hard, but then you need to understand the critical skills that are required during this time. You need to be more self-aware of your key strengths and also areas of development, and those skills need to be prioritized. That could give you success during this time, so make sure you understand some of these skills. A simple remedy for you during this time is to work in your kitchen at least once a week. Help do anything, either a small task of cutting or chopping. That could be extremely beneficial for you. If not, then support in terms of cleaning up your kitchen. If you do it every day, this could be extremely beneficial for you. All in all, it is a progressive transit, and during this transit, your 10th house, 11th house and 7th house are likely to deliver positive results, which means that there is workplace progress, gains at workplace, and also for your partner. Gains are also indicated for your partner. Overall, it is a promising positive transit, and I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Leo ascendants. For Leo ascendants, Mars is again a very important planet as it is a Yoga Karaka planet. It rules the 4th house and the 9th house, the lord of your satisfaction, your comforts, homeland, your mother, and also the lord of fortune, father. Long distance travel, higher learning is going to make a transit in your 2nd house of wealth, family, those who you would like to protect. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 5th house, your 8th house and your 9th house. The message about the aspect here is that your future planning will elevate, and it will elevate to make you more fortunate. for your own success. It is a progressive transit after all. Mars during this transit is creating a Lakshmi Yoga because it's your ninth lord which is making a transit in the second house of wealth. That means fortune favors. You can look forward to some sort of increment, incentive, growth when it comes to money matters, when it comes to savings or accumulated wealth. This is also likely to increase and enhance your overall satisfaction. During this transit, you also need to put a lot of focus, time and energy towards your family. Make sure that you regularly connect with people at your home, sit down with them every day, spend some quality time, good conversations, and have a cordial relationship. Because towards the end, your happiness would be at home with your people who you like. One of the things that you need to be mindful of is your speech. Any kind of aggressiveness in your speech needs to be channelized. So you need to be cautious of it. You need to apply conscious thinking. Remind yourself of what to say, when to say, and how to say it. Make sure that you're humble. Make sure that you're soft spoken towards other people. During this transit, if you pick up a course or two or try to upskill yourself, this could be quite fantastic for you and your future success. So make sure that you aim for higher learning, which will be directly linked to your wealth. The more you learn, more wealth you're likely to accumulate during this transit and beyond. Your 9th house, 10th house and 6th house are likely to deliver positive results, which means fortune and higher learning could be extremely favorable when it comes to work, business or any kind of job that you're into. So you can make the most of it. Overall, I would say it is a promising and a good transit, considering that Sun is also going to be transiting in your ascendant itself. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Virgo ascendants. For Virgo ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 3rd house and the 8th house. The ruler of your efforts, change, communication, siblings, your overall growth, and the ruler of transformation, longevity, sudden ups and downs and changes in life, is making a transit in your 1st house in your ascendant itself. That means your overall personality, your inner and outer strength. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 4th house, 7th house and the 8th house, which is giving a message that your mother and those things which make you feel comfortable or people from your homeland are going to support your transformation journey, are going to play an important role in helping you, guiding you towards the right path. So make sure that you make most of these energies and people in your life. This transit certainly indicates that change is inevitable, change is coming, and it will require you to put a lot more efforts that you can think of. So be prepared for that, because towards the end, your transformation will be directly linked to your growth. If you accept change, you will transform for good. If you stay resistant towards this change, then your transformation journey could be extremely challenging. One of the things that Mars does very well is when it is transiting into your ascendant, it gives you an opportunity to demonstrate a lot of energy. For that, I would advise you to work out every day, every single day, do something or the other that keeps you active and going and on the ground. This way, you would be able to channelize the Martian energy in an appropriate way to face the challenges and obstacles that could come your way. And this is the ultimate and the only good remedy that I can suggest for you during this time. If you start learning occult, Jyotish or any sort of hidden sciences or knowledge that can also give you a lot of boost at the mental level, or any kind of research in interesting topics or subject that could keep you engaged and busy during this time, also give you a lot of mental strength to support in your transformative journey. During this transit, your 8th house, 9th house and 5th house are likely to demonstrate positive results, which means that your transformation is very much linked to higher learning, to creativity, for your better future. So you need to make sure that you're change ready. Try to experiment, put yourself out there, and you are going to come out with flying colors. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit, and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Libra ascendants. For Libra ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 2nd house and the 7th house. The ruler of your wealth, your overall accumulation, your family, those who you would like to protect, and the ruler of harmony, marriage, partnership, business, relationship is making a transit in the 12th house of expenditure, losses, your sleep or bed comforts, your overall spirituality and similar kind of pursuits, your higher consciousness. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 3rd house, 6th house and the 7th house, which is giving a clear message that you need to change, you need to put more efforts towards harmony in your relationship. Your change is going to really protect your harmony, protect your relationship. So make sure you understand and channelize these energies accordingly. This transit is definitely good for spiritual pursuits when it comes to Libra ascendants. However, for any kind of material pursuits, not the best transit. One thing that is also differentiating is that your expenditure is likely to increase. But I always say when expenditure increases, there are sources of income that does get developed. So make sure that you're focusing on your savings, you're focusing on curtailing your expenditure and any sort of indulgence, and at the same time you're looking at creating ways of multiple income, sources of income, new ventures that you can get into. This time period also demands you to put a lot more efforts into your relationship, thinking through, spend time with your partner, listen to them, build that harmony, try to re-establish that connection. Avoid running away from a discussion, but take a step ahead, be proactive and encourage open, honest conversations that could be extremely helpful and beneficial for you. Also from a business point of view, your costs may see some sort of increase, but then again, towards the end of this transit, you're likely to get some fruits when it comes to revenue and profits. During this transit, your 7th house, 8th house and 4th house are likely to deliver positive results. Prioritize harmony along with your own change and transformation, which can give you satisfaction, happiness and make you feel a lot more content and comfortable during this time. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit, but make sure you do certain remedies. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Scorpio ascendants. For Scorpio ascendants, Mars becomes an important planet because it is your Lagna Lord, the ruler of your 1st house, which is yourself, your overall personality, your strength, your immunity and vitality, and the ruler of your 6th house, which talks about daily efforts, competition, debts and diseases, your intelligence, the job that you do. This Mars is making a transit in your 11th house of gains, your friends, your wider network, your overall growth and expansion. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 2nd house, 5th house and the 6th house. This clearly means that your family, those who you would like to protect, are going to play an important role in supporting your daily routine, in supporting your workplace success or any success related to your job. So make sure you take advice, support and talk to the people you like, particularly your family. Their encouragement towards you would work very well in your support. This is a Dhan Yoga in transit, which indicates gains for yourself. Your competitive spirit is likely to make you perform at your workplace, but then you would need to learn constantly. You would need to work towards it. You would need to put a lot more efforts in order to surpass this competition and towards the end get gains. Those who are looking forward to new opportunities, expand your horizon, build your social network, increase your presence. This is the only way you will be able to influence people, leave a long-lasting impression on them, and build certain meaningful associations and connections during this time that could go a long way for you. It is truly quite an expansive transit. Condition if you put efforts towards it. If you sit back and relax, this will not be an expansive transit for you. So make sure you're on the ground, you're at your toes all the time, out there listening to people, speaking to people, connecting with as many people as you can. There could be gains related to your job, but then you need to think differently. You need to do certain things in a different manner, or think out of the box, or think about certain things which have not been going right and how you can improve it. You need to take a step back, have some reflective thinking and put your plans in action. During this transit, your 6th house, 7th house and 3rd house are likely to deliver positive results, which means that your daily routines and efforts are going to support your change and overall growth. It is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Sagittarius ascendants. For Sagittarius ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 5th house and the 12th house, the ruler of your future, your progress, creativity, children, your connection between past and present and future life, the house that plays an important role in your wealth, and the house of your expenditure, losses, sleep, your bed comforts, and your higher self-consciousness and your spirituality, is making a transit in your 10th house, which is a very important Kendra house. In fact, the most important. This is about your actions in the society, your overall work and workplace success, the job that you're doing, the kind of work which you're doing. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 1st house, your 4th house, and the 5th house. Clear message of the aspect: you are responsible for your future. In fact, I would say that you are going to rule your future progress during this transit. It's quite a promising one. So it is time for growth, it is time for expansion. Make sure that you champion your own growth. When Mars is in 10th house, it is considered Digbali. That means it gains direction strength. So there are blessings of the Digbala Devta that are extremely favorable and supportive for you. The future of your workplace growth and success is going to come, but then you need to be more creative towards it. You need to think through, you need to plan well ahead of the time in order to ensure your path and how you would like to carry yourself at your workplace, whether it comes to working with other people, building cordial relationships, and making sure of the most of it, because you're likely to be supported by foreigners if you work with them, or people from foreign lands. In case you're planning to make a visit, that could be extremely favorable for you during this time when it comes to workplace success. There could be rise in expenditure if you run your own business, or when it comes to work related matters, but there would be some or the other opportunity that would come your way which would ensure to incentivize you so that you can take care of your expenditure. One of the things that you must do during this time is to also maintain a spiritual balance. Get into some spiritual practices, meditation, that could be extremely beneficial for you because it will keep your mind fresh. If your mind is fresh, you will make better decisions at your workplace. During this transit, your 5th house, 6th house, and 2nd house are likely to demonstrate positive results. Promising future when it comes to job related matters and wealth related matters. What you need to focus on is your daily routine and tasks at hand. Make sure you stay committed to it. Another remedy that you can do is to declutter your workplace particularly. Make sure that you keep it clean, tidy, and organized. It will give you a lot of positive vibes. It is a positive transit. I hope you make the most of it. Best of luck. Now let's talk about Capricorn ascendants. For Capricorn ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 4th house and the 11th house, the house of satisfaction, where you feel most comfortable, your mother, things that make you feel content, and also the house of gain, your wider social network, your friends. And Mars is making a transit in the 9th house of dharma, higher learning, fortune, long distance travel. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 12th house, your 3rd house, and your 4th house. The clear message of the aspect is that you need to develop yourself spiritually. You need to ensure that you're spiritually uplifted, follow certain practices that can give you inner peace, that would support your overall comfort and satisfaction. So make sure to change your habits, change your routine, get into a routine of meditation, pranayam, yoga, or similar practices that are of your interest. If nothing works out, go out there, connect with the nature. That could be extremely beneficial for you. This is a yoga in transit as well as a dhan yoga in transit, but at the same time would require you to face a lot of competition, put in a lot of efforts, and step out of your comfort zone in order to do that. That is extremely important and crucial for you. So if you stay at home within your comfort zone and not stay that much active, this transit could be detrimental towards your success. Besides meditation and such practices, a mentor or a guru can be extremely supportive for you. Make sure you take advice of those you consider as your mentor. That could be helpful for you because they can guide you in the right direction. Your 4th house, 5th house and 1st house are likely to demonstrate positive results, which means that you will get happiness when you step out of your comfort zone in order to become a better person, which is quite promising for your future. So make sure that you are learning continuously and every day. Aim towards higher learning. Take up a course, pick up a skill or two. Make sure that you also share this knowledge with others. This could be quite an expansive transit for you if you work towards it. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's talk about Aquarius ascendants. For Aquarius ascendants, Mars rules the 3rd house and the 10th house, the house of growth. Both these houses support your growth. One is the house of change, efforts, communication, siblings, and other is the house of your actions in the society, your overall work, profession, and the kind of job that you're doing. This Mars is making a transit in your 8th house, which is the house of transformation, which is the house of sudden change, ups and downs, and also longevity. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 11th house, 2nd house, and the 3rd house, which means your friends are going to play an important role towards your change, towards your growth. Make sure to communicate with people who you trust, your friends and other known people within your network. It is also a potential time to expand your wider network that could be beneficial for you in the long run. This transit would certainly require you to put a lot more efforts that you could ever imagine. You need to stay resilient. You need to have plenty of patience and let this transit pass through. Work towards yourself, towards your change. You might need to put in a lot more efforts than needed. So make sure you are prepared for it. Mars demands you to work out every day for your own transformation during this journey, because the more you exercise, the more comfortable would be your transformative journey. If you stay lethargic, this journey could be extremely difficult and complicated for you, because those complications are likely to increase. So make sure you're on the ground, you're on the toes, doing something or the other every day. During this transit, your 3rd house, 4th house, and 12th house are likely to demonstrate positive result, which means your efforts need to be put towards your own spirituality, towards building your self-consciousness that could be extremely supportive for your inner peace, satisfaction, and your mental growth as well. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit, but if you work towards yourself, you could achieve a lot more success in anything that you're going to do in the coming months. I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Pisces ascendants. For Pisces ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 2nd house and the 9th house, and it is making a transit in the 7th house, the ruler of your wealth, family, those who you would like to protect, and also the ruler of your fortune, long distance travel, dharma, a very important trinal house. Mars for Pisces ascendants plays a very important role in wealth. This Mars is making a transit in your 7th house of harmony, partnership, marriage, relationship, those people who are opposite to you. From here, Mars is going to aspect your 10th house, 1st house, and your 2nd house. That means your actions would support your own transformation at a physical as well as at a mental level, and support you in gaining wealth from multiple sources in the near future. During this transit, Mars is in the 7th house. This is considered a Maran Karaka placement for Mars, which means it loses its significance. So things related to Mars could be helpful for you, but at the same time, you would need to put in a lot more efforts. Your siblings could support you during this time. Your family might need to suffer a bit due to your work or other commitments. Make sure you pay close attention towards it. Your guru or a mentor can also play an important role for supporting you during this journey. Any travel to a foreign land due to work or leisure could be a bit supportive during this time, because it will bring you some sort of mental peace and help you refresh and recharge, which is important for you. Those who are in their own business, this could be a time where you might see certain expansion, condition if you put in a lot more efforts and commitment into it. Another remedy that could be helpful for you during this time is to have more self-awareness. Sit down, pen down your strengths, do a SWOT analysis, understand your areas of opportunity, what is that you need to work, and plan accordingly. During this transit, your 2nd house, third house and the 11th house are likely to demonstrate positive results, which means the transit is supportive for wealth, but it will require you to put a lot more efforts if you were to gain in the near future. I would say initial first few weeks could be a bit challenging, but towards the end of the transit, you could see some gains. Overall, it is a mixed transit, and I wish you the very best. So this was about Mars, Mangal, and its transit in the sign of Virgo and analysis for each ascendant. I hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends, and in case you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I wish Mars's transit in the earthy sign of Virgo brings in prosperity, helps us to focus on our daily routine and tasks, and also supports any kind of decluttering in our lives and brings in positivity. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.